Welcome to the Colour Series with Claire Maxfield. Colour is intrinsic to the lives of all human beings. The majority of us see it, some people feel it, and life as we know it is described in the most colourful of terms. This series will bring to life all aspects of colour, how we respond to it internally and externally. Join me as I take you through the background, the psychology, and language of the rainbow and further. This episode, I'm featuring the colour, or shall we call it that, of white. It is our no colour colour. White is a reflection of all colour. In fact, no colour gets into it, which is why we see it as white. It's completely opposite of the one we looked at last webinar series when we did black, which is the absorption of all colour. What I love about the colour white is how it has become synonymous and used in so many girls' names. When we think there's Pearl, and the French have Blanche, Italians have Bianca, and Latin has Genevieve, the Irish it's Fiona, and the Celts that's known as Gwen. And when you think of white and where it comes from in nature, it leads us to how we feel about it. It is the purity of snow. When you think of snow and those pictures here, you think how clean and wonderful it is. When you think of the white fluffy clouds in the sky, when you see those, you just know it's going to be a great day. And the white of the surf, it's about having fun, it's about feeling alive. And the delicacy that's a pearl. And it's about purity and roundness and how out of something so harsh, the environment, something as beautiful as a pearl comes through. And also when you think of the colour white and you think about the animals in nature, those that use white often use it for camouflage. So if you see all of these animals here live in snowy, mountainous areas. And we've all seen the polar bear who so cutely will cover his nose when he gets into the snow so he can't be seen. But white animals, we all as human beings, we just love them. We love to be around them. And here we think about how it comes into our language. A whitewash, when you think it's something you want to conceal, or a white lie. It's an innocent lie that we don't often do. It's not something we're doing to hurt other people. And then you've got white noise, and that's used to cover all those annoying noises out there that maybe we don't really want. And we have that white knight. It is the person that comes to our rescue. Or what about the white collar? These are office workers. These are people that hold a managerial role, are working in an office and not working down on the factory floor. Then you've got the white paper. It's all facts and unbiased information coming to you. And finally, the white flag. That is when we surrender and we're handing ourselves over to people that may be coming to attack, or we're giving ourselves voluntarily. So up till now, as you see it, white, it's all around us. But then you think it's had two different meanings historically. In the Asian market at the top there, that's actually a picture from a 1920s funeral, because in Asia, white is used for a funeral colour. Then the picture you see below, well, that is Queen Victoria from 1840. And that is the first white bride that we know of. From the 1840s onwards, brides became synonymous with the colour white. So let's look at how we see the colour white in the way we dress. It's innocence and perfection, honesty, cleanliness, purity, and beginnings on the upside. On the downside, it can be seen as quite clinical and cold, austere, too perfect and untouchable. So when you think about, there is an undeniable impact of white. On one hand, as I said before, it's perfection, precision, and purity. On the other hand, it's cold, clinical, and calculating. You think about it, ladies, when you're wearing white, you don't want anyone coming near you with anything other than clean. You're not going to be getting down and getting dirty when you're out there in your whites. And guys, the same can be said with you. Don't think that you can't wear white, because real men can wear white. But here, let me show you a couple of things to consider. White really does work best as an accompaniment to another colour. The top left picture, well, that's a picture from, what men might be wearing to weddings. The one in the middle, that came from a website for jewellery. And let me show you, this is what happens when you're not wearing a good white fabric. Unfortunately, we can see through that one just a little bit too much. Which brings me to, if we go to the bottom of that one there, the guy with the white shirt with the mandarin collar. That is the kind of white shirt you need to be wearing. Gentlemen, if you are wearing a white shirt in business, it needs to be a good opaque shirt. And in fact, something that's even got something woven into the fabric, a pattern woven into the fabric, looks great. I do not want to see any men out there wearing a white shirt where you can see through it. And we can see your manliness, that hairy chest, or even any of your piercings or even your tattoos. It's a bit ew. But if you're going to wear white, how good does it look? Especially summer, with a floral shirt, a bit of colour, a darker blazer, a coloured bottom, whether it be a short or a trouser. White, it really does work with other colours. Because when you think about it, traditionally, I think white, I think of the nuns. Yes, you can guess where I went to school. I think of the medical profession, or I think of babies being swaddled in white. To me, it's, if you're going to wear it in business, if you're going to be wearing it in business and you want to be looking your best, you wear it as a white shirt. Because when you wear it as a white shirt, you are going to be standing out as someone who's in a managerial role, of someone who has something to say, as long as you're wearing a good quality shirt with it. But now, here's a little something you may not be aware of when it comes to white, and that, stage lighting. So let's have a think about it here. When you think about a stage and they start putting the lights together, they have blue up there, they have red up there, and they have green up there. And as they start putting the green and the blue together, they get turquoise. When they put the blue and the red together, they get pink, and the orange and the green together, they get yellow. But look what happens when they put all three together. They get white. So white can be the absence of all colour, and when you get onto the stage, it's the combination of all the colours. But let me leave you with this thought. White is for new beginnings. White is for remembrance. So while it may appear delicate, it can pack a punch. So just keep in mind, it's a colour that supports all other colours. Alone it can be daunting, but together it can complete any message. This was Claire Maxfield from Claire Maxfield Image. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to hear and read more, you can subscribe for all of my blog posts at www.clairemaxfield.com.au. Look out for the next episode where I'll be explaining all about red, the most powerful of colours.